Well, Gru's also kind of Chad is also having kind of a thing and isn't talking, so. Okay, so who wants to recap where we left off?
Some of us climbed a mountain, and some of us played on the monkey bars.
5 rogues have gone rogue. And now we're trying to save their asses. Or whatever is left of their asses.
We are trying to collect enough evidence to get our payment.
That it's a lot of payment.
Mm-hmm. And we were sent south. And we found a cave. Actually, Tilda spotted multiple caves, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I recall Tilden saw a few caves and we were just looking into one of them.
Yeah, you just poked your head into one of them to see if you could maybe spot anything here.
Is this the cave with the plot in it?
It might be. Would anyone like to roll me perception or survival?
Sure.
Oh, alright, and Chad launched the arrow into it to make sure it's not a dragon's mouth.
Okay. So, Zeta and Rain.
Notice that Chad has been replaced by a robot.
What?
Get in the chat, Gilbert.
I just made that joke.
Gilbert
Thank
is
you.
straddling Chad's shoulders and holding
It's like
his ears and steering him.
It's Ratatouille.
Ay,
Before you came in, Sneaky, I just made that joke. Like, get in the chat, Quasta, or Sneaky will have to do it again.
so, Zeta and Rain. You managed to find some tracks. It looks like a group of humanoids came through here. Possibly the rogues you're tracking.
Or a traveling circus.
Or a traveling circus. And Rain manages to find the remains of a campfire. But other than that, there's no signs that there was any camp. So there's no gear or anything else like that left.
Well, it looks like there was somebody here, and it was definitely somebody that at least was civilized enough to build a campfire in this mountain cave.
So goblins?
Possibly.
Worst. Rogues.
Double worse. Goblin rogues.
Hey, one of my best friends is a goblin.
Is he also a rogue?
No,
Okay then.
he's an accountant.
Oh. Well, at least they're your friend. That makes up a little bit for being an accountant.
You're just saying that they're better at stealing than rogues are.
Ouch.
No, that'd be a lawyer.
That chat.
Are there any light sources in the cave?
No.
Uh,
There's an occasional glowing mushroom, but there's no actual light sources in the cave.
I'm gonna give Chad his lightsaber.
He's mute.
He just kind
He's
of looks at sword beams.
And I'm gonna light up the drift globe that's on my staff. So we have 2 sources of light. At least now.
Zeta would like to pick up one of the glowing mushrooms and cast, as a ritual, detect poison and disease on it.
I have the feeling that anything that glows is probably not safe to be consumed.
But she's casting the spell.
Well, it's not poisonous.
Is it disease causing?
No,
we wait inside the cave for that.
Zeta eats the mushroom.
Can something that's not poisonous still make you sick?
I guess yes.
It could be magic.
Could be just not edible.
It's detect poison or disease.
But
Yes.
it can be
Are
just
drugs
that
technically a poison?
A lot of them are, yeah. Because
I mean-
alcohol is both a drug and a poison.
yes.
And a
Technically, alcohol
disinfectant.
is a drug and a poison. By definition, most drugs are poisons.
Anything's a poison in the right dose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or medicine, depending on the dose. Once again, depending on dosage.
I mean, enough water can kill you, so.
I feel the intent of the spell and the word is something specifically made or put there to cause harm while ingesting it.
Yeah, something that would cause harm if ingested. You don't get sick, but it doesn't taste good.
Oh, I mean, that's fine.
Is there a little glowing mushroom inside Zeta right now?
I don't think Zeta's quite that translucent plus armor.
Mm-hmm.
What if Zeta just like holds it inside her head?
I mean, it may have been glowing while still in her mouth,
Okay.
Nom 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 nom.
but then she swallows, goes below the armor. It's not glowing through the armor.
Does she get high?
That would be poison.
No, doesn't get high. Didn't roll high enough for that.
Okay.
I rolled high enough that it's not poisonous. It just doesn't taste good. Okay, so you found the remains of a campsite. And you've eaten some mushrooms. And you now have light. Do you wish to further investigate this cave or go look at one of the others?
I think we need to go in this. At least explore this cave. We don't have better lead.
No, that seems justified.
Okay. So, whoever's leading, roll me a survival check.
Sounds like
Rain
Chad.
immediately looks at the rest of the party.
I
Tilda
mean,
looks at the rest of the body.
Zeta can't see in the dark and doesn't have a glowy sword.
you could be standing up next to Chad.
Chad
Chad,
Chad is not the reckless person he used to be, as I remember.
I think he's still the reckless person deep down inside.
He's trying to not be as reckless, I think is how I would phrase it.
I'll go. Greg goes in
Eh?
front. What do you want?
I
Survival?
believe in you.
Survival.
I believe in you, Greg. Please take a 1d4.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Rain has the better survival out of Greg and Rain.
Ah,
7.
I can see in the dark.
I have a great survival. I just can't see in the dark.
well, with Greg leading, you spend 2 hours exploring the entire cave before you come to a sign and a ladder.
See? Everything fine.
It's
Yes.
been 2 hours.
Well, it's a big cave.
We've gone like 40 feet.
I'm pretty sure we went past that intersection 3 times.
I mean, you found probably 10 dead ends in those 2 hours.
I found all the dead ends.
Yes,
Yeah,
Greg,
there
you're
was-
being very
There was
thorough.
no dead rogues in any of the dead ends, so you've got a valid point.
My thighs hurt.
Well, what does the sign say? You said a sign and a door?
A
A
ladder.
ladder.
Sky door.
What does the sign say?
The sign says, if you wish treasure, you must pass the trials. Ascending here, you accept responsibility.
Oh, nope, going back.
This seems awfully like a trap.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Is it me? Am I the only person who thinks this is a trap?
I mean, it's not a trap. It says right there. It's a challenge.
I'm sorry, I
I'm
had to
trying
put
to
the
think
line
of-
in there.
I'm trying to think of a way to refute Greg's logic, but I am unable to.
What does it say? What does it say again?
If you wish treasure, you must pass the trials.
The other part about accepting responsibility.
By ascending, you accept responsibility.
Where is the fine print? Where is this responsibility? I haven't signed no paper.
I'm trying to think of a way of going up the ladder without ascending.
Haha! Pull out both.
Give me a week to work on it, but I think there's a reverse gravity spell somewhere in here.
So we go climb on top of the cave and dig down.
That seems like too much work.
With my perfect survival skills, I want to check if the rogues, who are very sneaky, pass through here.
Okay? Roll me a survival.
Perfect.
You can't be sure. You guys put a lot of footprints here. There might be more than just your footprints, but you now have all 5 of your footprint. Well, all 6 of your footprints, but some of those are puppies.
Oh, we have a puppy?
Very big puppy, made of bones.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have called him a puppy.
We walk in silence, and in the dark, and we hear the rattle of the bones, and the rattle of the googly eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not in town, so Zeta would have taken the googly eyes off.
Huh.
I mean, the ladder looks like it's been climbed many times, maybe.
What was this treasure supposed to be? Like, what were the kids after?
All they had was a legend of great riches.
Only great riches?
The it wasn't very specific as to what they would find in detail, just that there was treasure.
Rogues are not known for their complex decision-making ability.
Oh my god.
That and the fact that it comes from a legend, so from one source there was this amount, there was this kind of treasure, from another source there was this kind of treasure, from another source there was this kind of treasure.
I like this canon of that in this world, rogues are the goblin-esque creatures of this world.
No, it's not goblins that are greedy, it's the rogues that are greedy.
Greedy and stupid.
Instead of it being a racial thing, it's a life choice. It's a life choice thing.
Yeah, sounds about right. Huh.
So we can go up there and face the trials, or we can be completely sure that they're not in another cave, because this could be the place to go, and they could have died of cold in the cave next door.
Because you got lost somehow?
Yeah.
How high is this ladder?
It disappears into the darkness above you.
Oh, that high. Huh.
Silver, we haven't talked about this much in the past. How forgiving are you on the rules of floating disc?
It still has to stay within the radius that it says it can.
Oh my god, what bullshit do you wanna do?
They say it has to stay within 3 feet of the ground. But technically, if I orientate it to the wall being the ground...
I mean, it still has to stay within a certain range of you.
Yeah, but it's no more than 50 feet away, and I'm going to be sitting on it.
I mean,
Climb the ladder like a normal person.
I was gonna say,
I say while pulling out my immovable rods.
Are we all seriously trying to avoid legal trouble with a mountain?
You don't make contracts with demigods and demons without knowing what you're agreeing to.
Zeta will just state out loud, I would like to speak with a legal representative.
Chad, raise a hand.
No. Conflict of interest.
He shrugged with the face of, yeah, okay.
Are we? Oh, No, what? I think Tilden is just gonna start climbing the ladder.
Oh, wait, stop. Magic
I already have
Mambo
two
Jump.
hands. I have two hands on the ladder now.
Stop. Magic Mambo Jumbo. Does any one of you have that thingy to see spells?
I didn't prepare it today.
God damn it.
No, I never learned it. I keep telling myself I need to go learn it, but I keep forgetting.
I have a thing, but I didn't bring it with me. God damn it.
I
Well-
chose to detect whether mushrooms were poisoned or not today.
Well, go ahead, Tilden. Let us know if you die.
You would know when I die. The lightsaber will disappear.
Please record your thoughts for posterity.
Maybe Tilton shouldn't go first if that's going to take the light away.
I mean, basically the drift globe would be going up. The sword is staying until, well, it's not concentration, so it'll just go off in an hour.
What can I say when we're talking? Gilbert shrugs and starts climbing on his own.
You can, and then maybe Greg goes, wait, where are you going? And starts chasing.
Maybe. Yeah. But
So
he's on
Gildan's in
front.
front.
Gilbert is on front.
I'm pretty
Zeta,
sure Gildan can climb faster than Gilbert.
Zeta is going to rope herself with her climbing harness to Gilgamesh and have Gilgamesh climb.
Can't he climb?
Dogs can climb ladders.
I have seen dogs and cats climb ladders.
Vertical ladders or
Yeah.
those that
Yes.
are inclined? Really?
Vertical
For-
ladders.
For a long time or just a couple of steps?
I saw a video where a cat climbed a ladder probably 8 feet.
And this ladder is 8 feet.
That this ladder is significantly higher, but that was as high as the ladder was that the cat was climbing in the video.
How tall is this ladder?
It disappears into the darkness above you.
Beyond 60 feet of my dark vision.
Curse your darkness.
I mean, dogs can still definitely climb ladders.
I mean, the worst case, anything happens, you have feather fall, so you're okay.
Yeah, you do have that token of Featherfall, so.
Hmm. Tokens are light, aren't they?
Anyway, we're climbing.
We seem to have some people climbing.
Zeta's being carried.
I'm gonna float my token at the end of my staff, just in case anything happens.
Okay.
Rain brings up the back and has Featherfall ready in case the 1 to 4 idiots in front of him falls.
And I'm assuming that Chad shrugs and climbs.
Yeah. He just does it.
Okay. So. All of you can climb ladders fairly well. I am going to have Gilgamesh make an athletics check
That's fine.
because Gilgamesh is carrying somebody while climbing a ladder.
Zeta just whispers, "You got this, boy." So, plus a d4, because Zeta is encouraging. 12.
Gilgamesh slips a couple times, but doesn't lose hold. Just basically has to put paw back up and get a better grip again before pulling himself up further.
Who's your good boy?
And the people below them shit their pants.
A little bit, yeah. But after probably 30 minutes of climbing,
Wow.
Oh,
it's a long
Jesus.
way.
Have you considered installing an elevator?
I was gonna do a tensor's disc orientated to the wall being the floor so at least I could sit on it. But
Wouldn't you
no,
just slide
said
off?
no.
I mean, there would also be the fact that you'd be sitting on a very thin edge of the disc.
It's like a foot
This is-
thick.
This is not Adventurers with Disabilities compliant.
Are we
Everyone-
complaining to the stairs?
The
Whoever
mountain?
Whoever designed the dungeon.
But then you encounter what seems like a trapdoor above you. So who's in front?
Gildan.
Gilbert.
Well, Gilbert's not going to open the door, so probably waiting.
I'll do it. I
wait,
open the
huh?
door or whatever you roll need.
Um,
Oh, Tilden's in front.
Ah,
it
you're in
isn't,
front? Okay, Tilden's
Yeah.
do it.
it
Yeah, I'll
isn't
do it.
locked, and you manage to push open the trapdoor.
Okay,
Do you go in?
I do. Because I have dark vision.
Well, this room is lit.
It's lit, fam.
Gilbert rolls in commando style.
I'm just
So-
gonna hold my hand down to signal to the party to not come out so quickly.
While Gilbert is checking every corner.
Are these sphinxes?
No, Gilbert, come back. Huh,
Tilden,
yes.
you open your mouth to speak, but no sound comes out.
I poke my head down below the trapdoor and try to speak to the party. There's a lot up there.
What do your Asimar eye see?
So, but did they hear me when I said that?
If you stuck your head down fully into the hole, yes.
Yes, I would have like moved down like 2 steps. There are, I don't know what kind of creatures they are, but there's 4 of them. There's a bunch of chests in the room and platforms, I think. And and it's very quiet up there.
Well, it's a good thing it's quiet up there. No one can say anything stupid to them.
Yes, but I can't cast spells if I can't. Well, we're just losing strength while holding onto a ladder, so I guess we should just go in.
Yes, we're tired. Please go
Yeah.
on.
Climb
No,
into
your
the
stam-
room.
Your stamina bar doesn't deplete if you're just staying still.
Yes, it does.
Not in Genshin, it doesn't.
My
Indeed it
arms
does.
are sore from yesterday.
Please put your tokens around the trapdoor in the center of the room.
With all that little conversation, kind DM, where Gilbert would be.
You said he ran off into a corner.
He ran off to explore and things.
There are so many corners in this room.
You see this Sphinx just holding up a Gilbert and puts him down on the table in front of him.
Like this diamond thing?
Nope. This.
Ah. So the Sphinx is moving?
The Sphinx moved, put him down on the table, and went back.
I say, oh my god, that thing moved.
There is no sound. You open your mouth, you speak, but there is no sound made.
I say, oh my god, I'm deaf.
Zeta tries to get the attention of the Sphinx that picked up Gilbert.
The Sphinx looks over at you. And you hear a voice in your head. Who are you?
Only Sarah or to all of those?
All of you hear this voice. And he gestures to the chest on the table.
Mm.
What was the question again?
Who are you?
Hello! I say it out loud.
He does not appear to react.
Hello, my name is Tilden.
There is no sound.
Hmm.
He gestures again to the chest.
I'm just gonna walk over and put my hands on the chest. Am I okay?
Yeah.
I'll open the chest.
Despite all logic, you can see nothing inside the chest.
Hmm.
Not even chest.
Huh. I poke my head in.
Why? That's your fierce instinct.
It is very dark and you see nothing.
Huh.
You do feel some things.
Regret mostly.
Hmm. I guess I'll stick my non-dominant hand in and fish something out.
What are you trying to pull out?
Ain't that a philosophical question?
Jesus. No, that was me.
Uh,
That was me. That wasn't Chad.
I don't know actually.
What is Tilden thinking about as he reaches into the chest?
A book.
You pull out a book.
I pull out a book?
You pull out a book.
Huh.
Well, while this is happening, I think Chad has a moment of good idea, and he thinks hardly. I am Chad.
There is no response.
God damn it!
So Tilden now has a book.
Is there anything in the book?
No. Unless you thought of some specific book. But if you were just trying to pull out a book, it's a blank book.
Okay. Huh. I'm gonna stick my hand in again and think of a rogue.
We all just see Tilden opening a box, sticking his head in, taking it out, pulling out a book, sticking his head in again. What the hell?
You said you were thinking about a rogue.
Yeah.
You pull out a game figure that looks like a rogue.
Huh. I'm just gonna Tilda's just gonna step back and think about it for a moment. Hmm.
Zeta would like to test out the chest.
Okay.
She doesn't know about the whole thinking about thing yet, so what would she be thinking about when she was looking through a chest?
You just hear a voice in your mind, in all your minds again, say, "Who are you?"
Zeta thinks about herself. She pulls herself out of the chest.
You pull out a figure of Zeta.
Zeta puts herself down on the chest.
The Sphinx looks at the Zeta figure. Picks it up. Nods and gestures to the blue pile behind him.
Ooh, what's the blue pile?
And in Zeta's head only, take one.
Zeta takes one, exactly one.
It is a blue gem.
Ooh, shiny.
I think Chad has the follow-up idea, given that he pulls his hand in the thingy and think of pen and paper.
He pulls out a pen and paper.
He writes, "I am Chad."
Do you give it to the Sphinx?
I show it to the Sphinx.
Sphinx looks at the paper, nods, and in Chad's head says, "Take one," gesturing to the blue pile behind him.
Chad goes and does it. I think Greg does the same, like shrug, use the same pen and paper and said, "Hello, I'm Greg. What's your name?"
You see a smile on the Sphinx's face as he tells you to also take a blue gem. And he just responds that he is a guardian of this place.
Writes down, so no name.
Let's see. What languages does Greg speak?
Greg speaks Common, Orc, Dwarvish, and Ignan.
You get a series of sounds that you don't understand. You've maybe heard Tilden use sounds similar, but you can't quite make sense of the sounds.
I write to Till, and he's using the same word you use when you curse.
I don't curse.
What is Rain doing?
Just kind of silently watching this so far.
I think Tilden would have seen Chad's excellent idea of using pen and paper, and I'm just gonna cast Minor Illusion, which does not require a verbal component.
What
And
illusion
I'm
are you
just
making?
I'm making an illusion of a wooden sign that says, "My name is Tilden. How are you today?"
This elicits another grin from the Sphinx, who nods and gestures to the pile and tells you to take one.
Tilden goes over to take one.
The Sphinx then looks at Rain and says, "Who are you?"
Just a sec. With a bit of a bead of sweat running down one of his cheeks, Rain walks forward, takes the pen and paper that the others have used, and scribbles out his entire name instead of just the shorter Rain. It's Raineth Madalor.
He nods, gesturing to you as well to take a blue gem from the pile.
Silver, can we talk in the other channel for 2 seconds?
Sure.
There's no reflection to the fact that Rain's technically lying.
I mean, that is who he identifies as.
Yeah, he just doesn't know his own actual birth full name, only his birth name.
You see, that's the thing about names.
That's cool.
A true name is the name you own. Rain doesn't know himself by any other name, so Rain is his name.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure there was not more to that, so that's cool.
Yeah, that and the fact that this is one of those puzzles where there's not a wrong answer.
No wrong answers. Baps. No, only wrong answers.
Okay.
Thanks.
Verbal component. So that's wrong.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
see if
every
I have...
one of my spells requires purple.
I can cast Ice Knife and Mind Spike and Wrist Pocket.
Sorry, David, I didn't catch up. The thing kind of caught up.
I have 3 spells right now, including my rituals.
I have one and I just casted it.
Oh, sorry, make that 4. I also have Illusionary Script.
I found a flavor fail. I want all the artificer spells to not have verbal, but all require material.
Oh, no. The verbal component for Artifaster spells is you swearing when it doesn't work the first time, and you kick it and go, fucking work.
He's
I
he is himself screaming pocket sand when he uses it.
Okay. Now, the Sphinx to the north here moves to catch all your attention.
Wait, before can I do something before that?
Yes.
I gesture to the chest, kinda asking. No, I write it down. Can I try to grab something else from this chest?
You have answered your question.
So that's a no.
There are more questions. And he gestures over to the north.
Oh, god damn it.
And in your head, you all hear the words, "Why are you here?"
And this time, Rain is the first one to respond to that. And he actually starts casting a spell from his book, so he'll be like 5-10 minutes.
Rushing to do a ritual.
That seems a bit off, but okay.
11 minutes because the ritual cast adds 10 minutes to the base casting time, and Illusionary Script is a 1 minute casting time. Rain's gonna be a while.
Okay, so you again
It's
hear the
not
question,
light.
"Why are you here?"
Minor illusion creates a sign. How big of a sign can I make? Now that I think about it. Can no longer be larger than a 5-foot cube. That's a hell of a sign, isn't it?
Yeah, cubic sign.
No, I just meant the surface area of the front of the cube is 5 foot by 5 foot. I could write a very large sign.
I know, but I mean, if you can do a cubic sign, why wouldn't you?
How would that even work?
I mean, have it rotate.
Oh, you're right.
While these two are casting a spell, does anyone else want to go?
My spell is
Yes.
only. Mine's an action. I can just cast it immediately. This is not ritual casting. So I'm just gonna cast a sign and just say that we are here to look for people. Some. I don't want to use word friends. Associates, no. What's a good word for searching for a party of idiots?
We're searching for goofs.
Yes, okay. We are searching for missing goofs.
Delinquent students who ran away to get easy answers.
You said you want to do something, Sita?
Yeah, Zeta is gonna pull an action figure out of the action figure box.
What action figure are you going to pull out of the box?
Zeta is going to think that she is here to acquire great power to stop a meteor from destroying the planet. So she probably pulls out a copy of Final Fantasy VII.
Didn't we just
Oh!
laugh? Didn't we just laugh at the rogues being a bunch of people looking for simple answers to a difficult problem? Immediately for Zeta to do the exact same thing.
Billy has an actual problem that needs to be solved for the good of everyone.
The
Yeah, right. Same thing.
Sphinx,
Easy answer to a difficult problem.
the Sphinx raises an eyebrow,
Zeta raises an eyebrow.
shrugs and gestures to the pile of red gems behind him and says, "Take one."
Zeta goes and takes one. You'll be thanking me, she thinks, when the world isn't destroyed by a meteor.
We don't hear any of this.
The Sphinx says,
I wanna say something. I wanna do something that's not gonna work.
Tilden, you also
Yes.
hear the voice directing you to take one of the red gems. And what does Greg want to do?
I wanna put my hands in the chest and search for a map for where the Goofus are, and use that to point out where for these goofs. We're searching this point in space.
So you want to basically pull out a copy of the map the Goofs had in their room back at the academy?
I'm thinking something more specific. So where is the bodies of the goofs?
What you managed to pull out is just a copy of the map. You don't see any indication of bodies.
But the art style
there's
cartoony
kinda
instead
like,
of serious?
It's kind of cartoony, and there's a picture of basically characters of 4 cartoon rogues on the map.
Like going happily to an adventure to
Going,
a mountain that has a skull in it.
yeah.
Skull Crusher Mountain.
Oh my
Happily
god!
skipping their way to the Skull Crusher Mountain.
I sighed. I don't know what I expected, and yeah, I showed that.
The Sphinx looks at it, raises an eyebrow, thanks, and then
I shrug.
gestures to the pile behind him and tells you to take a red gem.
I think at this point, the Sphinx will hear a small voice in Celestial go, "I'm here because it's warmer."
Who is speaking to him?
Iggy, who is currently still attached to Tilden's body for warmth.
Rain pauses writing his 10,000 word essay to give Iggy a high five.
A tentacle reaches upward inside Tilden's collar.
Question is, do they hear it?
I mean, Iggy can use telepathy, and right now that's what they're communicating with. They're just not
Yep.
conferring you the ability to reply.
Mm-hmm.
Zeta
They can
will
speak to you, but you can't talk to them.
Zeta will go to the next Sphinx while everyone is contemplating the mysteries of the universe.
Question is, do they react in any shape or form?
The Sphinx just replies to Iggy. Hears a voice say, "I don't have a coat that would help you."
Iggy ducks back into Tilden's hood.
What does Chad do? And then we will get to what Rain is writing.
We're here. Chad, why do I need to role play for another person? Chad pulls out from the box a copy of the contract between him and the school and the guild that needs him to do adventures and stuff for paying the loan.
The Sphinx nods and directs Chad to take a red gem. And what does Rain's dissertation say?
Summarized, it's 10,000 words on why and how they were sent here, what they're trying to do to protect the stupid rogues or find their bodies, and upholding the honor of the school's traditions and like that.
He rolls his eyes and gestures to the pile behind and tells you to take one.
And a vacation.
And and you all and you kind of hear an offhand voice that just says, "Researchers."
Rain leaves the detailed document on the table beside the chest and takes a cube.
Okay, so Zeta has already come over to number 3 here. And number 3 says, "What do you want?"
Zeta replies first, "Can I ask for more than one thing? One of them is not technically for me."
Does it seem to be reading Zeta's thoughts?
I mean, we've been communicating with telepathy.
It has been communicating telepathy with you. It cannot read your thoughts.
Oh, Zeta goes and gets that notebook
Yep.
and asks, may I ask for more than one thing if one of them is a gift for a tiny kraken?"
The Sphinx shrugs and gestures for you to continue.
So Zeta says, "Thing 1, gift for tiny kraken," and she reaches into the chest and thinks about a coat that has like 8 tentacle arms on it.
10.
10 tentacle arms.
A Kraken Snuggie?
Yep.
Yep.
That's completely waterproof and warm.
That's what Zeta thinks of first.
You managed to pull the item out.
Zeta tosses it to Iggy.
So then how's Iggy puts it on?
Okay, now back to me.
He looks at you expectantly.
Zeta thinks for a moment. She thinks the power needed to stop the meteor. She doesn't like say a specific thing and reaches into the box.
The power to stop the meteor was the friends you made along the way.
A concrete power to destroy the meteor.
You get a brick that's written on it, friendship.
You get the schematics for a rocket.
You're all fired.
You pull out. You reach in, and your hand clasps around several figures.
Oh my god, it is the power of friendship.
And these figures look somewhat familiar, but they all have powerful, but they seem to have better armor and
Level
gear
tw-
and stuff.
Level 20 versions of us.
Let Silver Fur do the thing.
It does look like it might be more experienced versions of you, or at least a similar group.
The figures are too indefinite to 100% identify us.
They're very small too. I mean, she pulled out at least 5 figures with one hand, maybe 2. You're not getting a lot of definition on such things. They look like they could be you, or they could be somebody that looks very similar. Do you show these figures to the Sphinx?
Mm,
Wow.
Peter holds the figures in one hand and then also thinks about a giant meteor destroying laser. And then shows both of these things together to the Sphinx.
You hear a chuckle in your mind, and the Sphinx directs you to take a green gem. So who is next?
Tilden will go next.
Do you need reminded of the question?
Just once more.
What do you want?
Bonus action, I'm gonna change my cloak of many fashions to match Iki. So Tilden is wearing a Kraken Kigurumi.
Oh my god.
I don't think Tilden will reach into the chest for anything. He's just gonna reply to the Sphinx. Minor illusion necessary. I want Iggy to grow up to be strong.
The Sphinx nods, is reading the message, and tells you to take a green gem from the pile.
Mhm. Walks over and grabs the gem.
Okay. Next.
Sure, I'll go next.
Okay.
I write on the notepad to pay my parents' loan on my education.
And Greg pulls out all the gold.
I mean, I don't pull out anything. I just write it in their notepad.
The Sphinx nods and gesturing tells you to take a green gem from the pile.
Grab it. Also, can I add, while we're doing this, very delayed, Gilbert picks up on what we're doing and start doing also. So if first on the question, who are you? He pulls out a little figurine of himself. On the question of why are you here? He pulls a little figurine of Greg. And what do you want? He pulls out a crown.
That sounds about right.
A crown properly sized for Chibi Gilbert?
Yeah, and he puts it on Chibil Gilbert.
Once Gilbert's got his little crown, Rain will walk over, stare at the Sphinx, and then reach into the chest and think the word answers. Does a 10,000 page book come out of the chest?
Does it just say 42? You didn't ask for the question.
a single blank piece of paper.
Does he also get a brick saying friendship?
Ah, yes, the great brick of friendship.
Smack your enemies with.
Oh, Silver, I'm gonna send you a message on Discord.
Okay. I am thinking what Rain will be pulling out.
Is it a rabbit?
You reach in, and your hand clasps around two things: a figurine and a map.
And Rain just quietly puts them into his backpack.
I mean, do you show them to the Sphinx?
Oh, I guess yes, he will turn them to face the Sphinx to show them to it.
I mean, I also think it's a character moment to not showing it, and then oh yeah, sure, put it back. Oh, put it back in the front to show it.
Yeah, no, that is very right, accurate, Quasta.
Goes to put it away and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to show this to the person asking me the question." The Sphinx nods and gestures for you to take a green gem.
And Rain first puts the stuff away into his bag and then goes and gets gem.
I'm going to say that Chad probably comes up with some philosophical / legal / jock response to the question.
Something like a law book redemption thingy that you can drink beer out of it.
I kind of think Chad wants change, but I'm not sure how Gru wants to play Chad.
Yeah, that's why
I
I'm saying that
Picture
it's.
of Obama.
Oh,
It's a
change.
meme. It's a American meme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Sphinx nods and gestures for Chad to take a green gem. Who heads over to, I'm guessing since Zeta was over at number 3 very quickly, probably ran to number 4 to get that question out of the way.
Yes.
Well, number 4 we'll ask all of you, who sent you?
Hmm.
Is Zeta thinking this over? If not, Tilden can go first.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking this over.
Okay. Tilden will just go to the front of the table. And once again, I'll just cast Minor Illusion for the Sphinx. But this time, instead of it being a sign, it's an illusion of two figures. The first one is a touched. I don't want to see the word touched up, but it's a female angel. The second one is a elven sea god. Which to Tilden is Sashilas as well as Seraphina.
The Sphinx nods and gestures for you to take a yellow gem.
Grabs the gem.
And the rest of you hear, who sent you?
I think this time Rain's a little faster to come to the front, and he reaches into the chest, specifically thinking about himself, his father, and the representative from the school that asked us to take part in this.
The Sphinx nods and gestures for you to take a yellow gem.
Man, if only I had a gauntlet, I'd be 4/5 of the way there.
Having thought about it, Zeta won't reach into the chest at all. She will hold up her star map.
The Sphinx looks at the map, then gestures and tells you to take a yellow gem. Greg,
I write down the Adventuring Guild.
the Sphinx nods and gestures for you to take a yellow gem as well.
What about Gilbert?
What does Gilbert pull out?
I mean, Gilbert shows up again. Greg's figurine.
A Greg figurine modified so that the Gilbert figurine can sit on his shoulders?
I think Gilgamesh hasn't answered any of the other questions, but for this one runs up with the Zeta figurine in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have any answers for the other 3 questions, but I do know this one.
I know the answer to this one. I'm guessing that Chad probably just comes up with a more straightforward answer of similar to just the academy. And you are directed to take a yellow gem.
I think Gilbert did have an answer for what he wants, which is a figurine of himself being pet by Zeta.
Well, I mean, yeah, Gilgamesh might have that answer, but
Sorry, Gilgamesh, not Gilbert. Names are easy to get mixed up. I apologize.
it could also be he wanted a steak. The first Sphinx then says, proceed, and gestures to the center of the room where there's now a ladder heading up to a trapdoor that's probably 30 feet above you.
Probably a trap.
It's a trapdoor similar to the one you came through to get into this room.
Oh, so definitely a trap.
Mm-hmm. I'll just walk over and just start climbing.
Does anybody else climb?
Goes up pondering what the hell was all that about.
Rain attempts to complain about how bad his arms hurt, because he's not that strong, god damn it.
You had the strange strength as I do.
Yes, 8.
Yep, and how's that go? This is
Lifting
gonna be
myself
sore in
up
the
the
morning.
ladder is exhausting.
Gotta get those steps in.
So everybody goes up the ladder?
Mm-hmm.
Well, looks like you may get a little time to rest.
This is ominous.
put your tokens around the trapdoor in the center.
Are we in a time loop?
But I just did that.
Testing. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
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 So
I
there's
think
no
that was
more
in
silence.
character.
You all hear Tilden speak.
Zeta goes up and pats Tilden's head. Who's a good boy?
So what sort of demonic pact we just did?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's demonic because those aren't demons, I think.
They're sphinxes.
Huh. What do we get ourselves into this time?
What
Yeah,
do
they were
we
probably just
see?
looking for information for the wiki articles.
What do we see in this room?
In this room, you see a table with 5 chairs. There are 5 beds. There is a desk here that has some papers on it.
Are there
There-
5 papers?
No, there only seems to be a clipboard that has a list and something about guard schedule. And there are 5 suits of armor and 5 weapons and shields.
Oh god, it's a puzzle.
Is that what Zeta says?
Yeah. I mean, I assume puzzles were an elective at school.
And so there is a paper that says guard schedule, and the
Mhm.
schedule is blank. And there's another paper that says union rules.
Well,
Oh, jeez.
Well, at least they have a union.
And we have 5 beds.
No.
And what is it? Hmm?
Go ahead.
And what's the rest?
There are 5 beds.
And then there's
There
a
are
wall
5
to our
suits of
side.
armor. There are 5 suits of armor. There is a walled section here with,
We don't see the pink, but I guess you mean here.
yeah, the walled section here. Sorry, I used to Foundry where I could just mouse over the area and gesture broadly.
Gesturing broadly.
Can't imagine why that would be a thing in my mind.
Gestures broadly.
So there's a table with 5 chairs over here. There's barrels with possible treasure of some kind over here, maybe.
We see them.
You see barrels. You're not exactly sure what's in them. You can't get there. The door here is locked.
There are bars and we can see inside, right?
You can, yeah, there are bars you can see inside, but you can't get closer to inspect
Zeta
what's in
casts
them.
Misty Step to get inside.
It fails. You will land in front of the door.
Wow.
Huh.
And what are these things?
These are suits of armor, maybe guard uniforms. And there's weapons and shields in front of them on rats.
Mm.
Zeta wants to talk to the union representative about allowing spells to be used to solve puzzles.
Maybe the rules are inside here and I pass the sheaf of union rules to Zeta. You like this type of things, don't you?
I at least want a refund on my use of my spell.
It
One of
didn't
the
cost
bed
you
lights
anything.
up.
Oh, okay.
The
I mean, there
refund
are
is one of
beds.
the beds lights up.
Lol.
Well, I also want to try a thing.
This is what it lists as union rules.
Those seem downright reasonable.
Mm-hmm. First, just for the goose, can I try my mystery key on this door?
There doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
Damn it!
Is the mystery key required there to actually be a keyhole?
I think it has to be able to be inserted into the lock.
Hmm.
Second of all, Greg looks all of this and says, "Okay, Rain, wanna help me do the thing?"
Always.
And we program the schedule according to rules. Can that be an intelligence roll?
Everyone give me an intelligence roll. I'm assuming everyone who's working on the schedule give me an intelligence roll.
We'll pat Greg on the back and be like, "You got this, buddy." I've
I'm
got it.
doing this. I'm doing the same to Rain.
So both of you roll intelligence and take your guidance.
It's not a lot.
I guess the silly part is that I think I did this schedule before in real life. Because I used to have to. I used to need to do shift work.
Well, for the people who are not used to scheduling shifts and whatnot, it takes you some time.
Rain clearly has a migraine.
Yes, it's been a long day. The beds look really comfy.
But Rain gets caught up arguing whether or not a guard on a 1-hour lunch break counts as a guard on duty.
Does not. Definitely doesn't.
That's not. It's a separate thing.
You can't be on duty. You can't be on duty, or you need
No,
to be
but-
guarding if you're somewhere else eating.
No, but I understand that in character Rain is arguing with Greg about that.
Yes.
And it just chimes in, if the building starts burning down because someone lit on fire, if I'm on my lunch break, I'm on my lunch break.
If you're on your lunch break and the building starts burning down, are you still on your lunch break?
Yes, I'm not contractually obligated to help anyone. I'm just leaving the building.
But then you're not on your lunch break. Because your
No,
lunch
I'm
break
going-
has to be taken in the lunch break room.
No, we got permission to take lunch off, so as long as we're back on time.
So it probably takes you about an hour or two, but you finally get the schedule filled in and you check everything over and do the math again and make sure that everything is working. No one worked too many hours at a time. Nobody worked too many hours in a day, and everybody had enough time for their sleep and meals and breaks.
I want to say in all that time, Chad just went to sleep.
And as I said, the beds look very comfy. Anyone who wants to can go lay down. I'm guessing that Gilbert and Gilgamesh have already chosen a bed to go sleep on.
Gilgamesh probably, yes. Zeta is suspect of the beds being a trap.
I'm guessing Iggy fell asleep inside of Tilden's jacket.
Yep.
I think if we took that time, I think Greg and Rain are sitting in the main table.
And I think... is Rain aware of anyone having alcohol?
Not me.
I don't think so. Although you might poke Chad and see if Chad has any.
Doesn't have anything noted in there.
Then I think Rain, after double checking his own bag, just pours a glass of water, gibblies his fingers over it, and takes a long, slow drink of not whiskey.
I'm down there, Jesus.
It's not whiskey. It just tastes,
Tastes
like
like
whiskey.
The closest he can come to getting a stiff drink. Oh, when you get the schedule done and you put it down on the desk, and the doors here open.
And Rain kind of looks at Greg and looks at the people that are lying down in bed and kind of looks at his mental watch. What do we feel over how the time is?
It is probably approaching
We spent
night. You spent
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, you spent 2 hours wandering through the cave.
30 minutes climbing,
Mm-hmm.
and then 20 minutes talking to the Sphinx. I feel like it's only like noon.
Yeah, it's only noon, but you're also tired after all the climbing. But it's not late yet. You've had a long day, yes, but it's not late yet. Zeta, you do indeed see barrels with various different kinds of coins.
Sorry, I kind of need to take a bathroom break.
We have been going for a while. A 5-minute break be a good idea?
It's break time.
Break.
Break.
Hey, Kiwi.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Kiwi,
Yeah.
David was trying to get your attention.
I was just gonna ask, did you ever play any of the older Tales of Destiny games?
I've played Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Berseria, Tales of.
So only the newers.
Oh, I played the very first one. I just didn't play like the second, third, or fourth one.
Yeah. No, when you walked into the room with the barrels and Silver was mentioning that, yes, you get access to the room with barrels. In Tales of Destiny 2, they had really bad voice acting, but B, anytime you examined a barrel, it would randomly choose one of the party members to play a voice clip of barrel. And so my brain just immediately went there, but unfortunately I couldn't immediately find a YouTube video of that. So
Do a barrel roll.
yeah, it was like the 5 main voice actors were all bad. And it was a PS1 game where they decided, hey, let's include all of the voice acting we physically can.
I need to point out, for Silver, I had my daylight savings last week, so it's getting the game starts later for me now, and I think you guys get it soon too. I don't know.
November.
Ah,
I mean, we can. It's probably good if we end when you leave this room.
yeah. I'm not saying for today. I'm just saying in general. It's because I know myself. I have seen myself in these games. Like, there is a point where I would love to keep playing, but my brain shuts down. And for the past few months, because of the schedule, it didn't happen a lot. But I think it will start to happen again.
Yeah. That is good for you to have brought up.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to move it earlier because that would only destroy Snurky and Gru's brains.
I completely understand that.
I mean, one of my greatest concerns when it's my turn to DM is like, dang, I get to DM at 7:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and speaking of Sturkey getting to DM.
We all need to get to Hawaii.
So, we are all back.
I haven't heard from Chad yet.
Chad isn't here tonight. Well, Chad has also taken a vow of silence.
Yarp.
Either version of that joke is very good, thank you.
Yes. So, Sadie, you see barrels filled with various currency. Copper coins, and silver coins, and gold coins, and platinum.
Is there anything that indicates this is a puzzle?
No, it just looks like they're coins or tokens.
What is this, Chuck E. Cheese's?
Dang, that's almost as much copper as Chad was carrying earlier today.
Oh.
Well, this certainly feels like a trap.
Ada, tell Gilgamesh to come in and pick up a coin.
Gilgamesh comes in, picks up a coin. Nothing happens.
Does it turn into a zombie?
No.
Does the treasure has any resemblance with the gems we got?
Hmm.
Like any of the barrels is filled with one of the gems is my idea.
This barrel here appears to have some plain wooden tokens. Well, they're not plain per se. They have some figures on them. There's a picture of 5 gems on one side and a dragon on the other.
5 gems, but we only have 4.
But there's 5 barrels in here today, and there's 5 of you.
Are the barrels? Can the barrels be carried? It's probably not by Tilden, but are they something that we can try lifting off the ground?
I don't think any of you have enough carry capacity. Gilgamesh might be pushing it.
Hmm.
These are 5-foot barrels filled with coins.
Tokens.
So we might be able to drag the wooden one, but any of the metal ones are going to be too heavy.
So each one like one with copper, one with silver, one with gold,
One with platinum,
one
and
with
then
platinum.
the one here filled with the wooden tokens, the wooden coins.
And the one with the wooden coins, where does it show the 5 gems and the dragon?
The 5 gems are on one face of the coin, and the dragon is on the other face of the coin.
I'm just wondering if the barrels have anything to do with the guards, because they are kind of wearing similar colored armor.
Yeah. Are the guards having matching outfit with each of the thingies?
Well, the platinum barrel does look like it matches the color of this guard's armor. The gold. Copper?
And the silver, and the wooden ones is a weird one because there's a black armor in the center, but there's no black token here.
There's no black token, but you also don't make armor out of wood.
Not true.
You can make some kinds of armor, but you don't generally make armor out of wood. Most armor is made out of like leather or metal.
Japan
you
is
can
impressive
make
with that weird shit.
Yeah, some people make armor out of wood. Gestures at Druid.
What were you going to ask, Coop?
Gestures at scales.
So, but you can make an armor out of wood. Just it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
good.
and Minecraft doesn't have wood armor, so.
Damn it, Minecraft.
I mean, you can craft certain parts of armors out of wood. Things like the pauldrons, the helmets can be made of wood. Effectiveness questionable depending on what the enemy has.
It also depends on what kind of wood it is.
Mm-hmm. So maybe if we don't have to move the entire. Actually, Tilda's just gonna go out. No one has examined the suits of armor yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Rain's attempting to get drunk. on water that's tasting like whiskey.
Why are
I
you
mean-
doing that?
Scheduling and bookkeeping.
We're gonna need to stage an intervention.
Alright, you can't do that prestidigitation. Okay. I guess Tilda will take a look at the goat, the statue on the the statue all the way on the left. Is there anything that indicates, I don't know, a slot machine, a place to insert a coin?
There doesn't appear to be anywhere to insert coins.
Okay. Oh, is the statue movable?
The statue isn't, but if you inspect, you realize that the armor can be removed from the statue.
What
Huh.
about the weapons? Do they have different? Are they made in different metals, for example?
They appear to be made of materials that match the armor.
Ah,
Oh my god, we can get a platinum sword. A sword made of solid platinum.
Stop daydreaming about money and let's do this. And I start putting the armor, the corresponding weapon on each one of them.
So you're putting the sword and shield with the corresponding armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
you're
do
putting
that.
it on?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Is there a way of putting the in it?
I was just thinking of putting the armor pieces on top of the barrels first.
Let me try this and then we do that.
Okay.
So are you trying to put the sword and shield on the armor statue?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can't seem to find any hands to attach it to. Chest plates could be really hard to remove if there were actually arms on the armor stand. But you try to try leaning the shield up against the armor and maybe trying to strap the sword along the waist.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that, a ladder appears leading to the next floor, 30 feet above you.
Woo!
And then everyone falls asleep.
So sorry, what was that solution?
He
Put in
gave
the-
he gave the armors their corresponding sword and shield.
Oh, okay.
He equipped the guards for duty.
Yeah, I get you.
You said duty.
Do you climb the ladder?
We do.
Yeah.
Climb, climb, climb.
What do we see here?
You see
Oh boy.
bookshelves.
Next session.
You see next session. There are bookshelves.
So many bookshelves.
Do Rain's eyes light up?
Rain's headache immediately reduces.
Hmm.
There are bookshelves and comfy looking chairs.
Zeta goes and sits in her chair.
And there are candles floating in the air.
Oh,
So,
fancy.
so romantic.
And this is where we will pick up next session. And I believe Snarky has something that he wanted to discuss.
Yeah, so think I already did drop the idea a few months back. But I will be taking over as DM after Silver finishes a campaign. sorry, at least this arc of the campaign. And I will be running a standard module. I will be running Tomb of Annihilation.
Just plain old Tomb of Annihilation.
Yep, plain old Tomb of Annihilation.
Cool. I never played it.
So I actually, but the thing would be that this is a pretty famous module. So if anyone has already played it, can let me know.
Yes.
Have you played it, Kiwi?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Could you just let me know if you recall which of the random adventures within the jungle you encountered, if you still recall?
It has been a while. It was like the first thing I did when I started playing 5e.
Okay.
So in other words, that's been almost.
I remember dinosaur racing.
Oh yeah, that's something I hope gets to happen.
Yeah, I remember dinosaur racing.
Okay. Yeah, but I'll just be honest. The main one of the reasons why I want to run it is because when I played it, and after I played it, I went to look at the adventure book. It turns out that I only experienced like a third of the actual content, and my DM skipped the entire chapter.
Oh yeah, there's so much that like you can just miss or skip.
Yeah. So I don't know if I will ever get a chance to play again, but I figured that I might as well use this chance to live the experience through you guys.
Are we starting at level 1?
No, you'll be starting at level 3.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, because in Child at level 1, you'll just trip over a rock and die.
I know, that's the best part about starting at level 1 in Tomb of Annihilation.
Tripping over
Just-
a rock and dying?
Just
No, I'm
dying
being
every step.
sarcastic. The fact that the book says to start at level 1 is the stupidest thing ever.
No, that it'll largely depend on how the DM runs it. You can start the party at level 1, but you do not let them go into the jungle.
You get
Yeah,
you send them on the boat to Chult, where they can level up on the way there before they get into the jungle.
Our DM let us go into the jungle at level 1. First
Fell over
encounter
and
was
died?
first encounter was a T-Rex.
Oh Jesus.
While
No, you
we're
can't
all
go into
still-
Child at level 1.
While we're
Yeah,
all
you-
still here,
Hmm.
have you already made a game instance?
I have. Yeah, so I'll drop the invite link. Hold on, I need to.
Make stuff visible?
Yeah, hold
Make
on.
stuff invisible.
Well, Snurky and David have been working on stuffs and things.
My two other questions would be, what is the stat array going to look like? Because I know you have some interesting opinions on stat arrays.
Oh yeah, but I realized that my opinions on stat array should really influence everybody else's experience. So, I thought about it. I mean, I had a lot. I was trying to figure out what I want to do. What's the best one I want to use? End up, I think I'm gonna go with rolling for stats, the usual 4d6 keep 3. But I do have a few caveats to it. The first one would be
Wait,
um
for roll 4, kid 3?
yeah, the standard 4d6
Okay.
drop 4d6 drop 1 or keep 3 depending is the same. But I have upper bounds and lower bounds. Upper bound of 17. So if you do roll 18, it pushes down to 17. I have a lower bound of 7. So if you roll a 4, it becomes a 7.
So 17 before you add any racial stuff.
Yes. So 17. So that basically I'm modifying the dice roll, not your racial modifier.
Okay.
And the last would be the next one would be minimum 70. Total score minimum 70, and you can share stats. As in, you can use somebody else's stat roll if you don't like your own.
Okay. My last question, just because I'm looking forward to it, and this would be a great chance to do it. Do you have any races or sources of races that you're not allowing?
I'm not allowing 3 of them, specifically because they have connotations within the campaign.
Okay,
There's
I'm
a
just
bit of
thinking.
there's baggage, there's law baggage within the campaign itself, which I don't really want to go into.
Is one of those John T?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. What are the other two?
Okay, I guess technically 2 because albino dwarves are the same as dwarves, so those are fine. Dwarves are fine. Sorry. Just 2. The Yonti and the Aarakocra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
As for, but since we're on the topic of races, I've been. Okay, how do I even share a private channel?
I believe it's permissions, but let me just check.
No, because I hit that. I think I hit the entire category. I'm not sure how to share it. Okay. I've been thinking about the character creation stuff, race, class, and all that. I think I'm just gonna keep it open. So anything that's been printed by Wizards of the Coast, including Anna Arcana.
Okay.
So if you're interested in trying out any of the UA stuff, I'll say this is the time to go ahead to try it as well.
Okay. Well, that further answers my question because Wild, the Feywild book comes out in 10 days, and I was looking at those races.
Was that what the Feywild UA that they
Yeah,
changed?
Yes.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
races
okay.
are they're slightly different in the book, and it comes out in like 10 days.
Yeah.
What
So
what is the change? Can you repeat that part? I what?
I don't remember what exactly they changed, so we'll find out when it comes out.
What races?
The three
All
Fey,
The Feywild. So the Hobgoblin, the Fairy, and
the
And the-
Owl folk.
wasn't there
Yeah.
Rabbit Folk as well?
yeah, there were
Oh,
rabbit folk.
yeah, there's
There was
4.
4. Yeah.
Rabbit folk, owl folk, fairy, and hobgoblin.
Well,
Hobgoblin.
The
I mean,
hobgoblin race looks really cool. Actually, that's not the one I'm interested in, but it looks really fucking cool.
I would say if there's an official version, I'll go with the official. If not, take the UA.
Yeah. By the time we actually play, there will be an official published version of all of those. So
Yeah. Can y'all see anything regarding the TOA channel?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see 3 things.
Yeah,
Info,
so
campfire, out of character.
info is more because it's a place for me to share information in the campaign. If you're as well as certain what's the word here? Certain law elements that might be important in the future. So something an NPC said, or there's a particular box text that is important to be shared, things like that. Or I think you guys have permission to add into it as well, so you can just use it as you can use it as a bit of an info dump, a place to dump information. Yep. So I did include the entire starting story in the beginning. So this information your character would know. The last thing would be, I'm not gonna restrict you guys on the kind of background story you want. The ones I have there, specifically Syndra's associates, are just known factions that are already within Chout. So if y'all want to use it, go ahead. If not, y'all can come out. If you have your own thing you want to do, go ahead. Technically there should be 5. Being related to Syndra, your patron is actually one of them. Yeah.
I'm actually super okay with that array that I just rolled.
Yeah, your array is pretty good.
Unless someone gets one that has a 17 in it, I think I'm gonna keep that.
How about a 5?
That
Where are you guys
comes in
rolling?
7 in the Tomb of Annihilation,
Oh,
so
you
that
guys are in already. All right.
so that you can see it.
All right. Yeah, I have. I'll probably add your give you all your character sheets a bit later.
Well, that's not 70.
Yeah, that's definitely not 70. Quasta.
Oh, fucking that second one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take 317s. I want Quasta's new array.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the fucking array. I don't mind having a 7 if I get 317s. Oh my god. Thanks, Quasta.
I like Coastas.
I think everyone does.
I like Quasta's ability score as well.
Look, it
I like
has.
that I like that it has the 7. Like
Yeah, I love the 7. I love the
The
7.
one campaign that I'm not playing.
You see, I'm probably the only one who. My big thing is, I don't like the 7.
317s. It makes it's fair. Like you've got 2 scores that you're okay at, the 12, 3 that you're really good at, and 1 that you're fucking awful at.
I mean, Silver,
Let's
you
see.
can take Kiwi's score if you don't like the 7.
Yeah.
Kiwi has no
I mean-
negative modifiers there.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at Kiwis and I'm looking at Coastas, and I could probably just throw that 7 into strength.
No, not into Annihilation. That's the one thing I'm gonna say from experience. We are gonna have to carry a lot of shit.
Would you mind
Okay,
tossing character sheets just since we're all here anyways?
Okay, one other thing. I understand, because Kiwi, you played Tool Annihilation before, so I understand your concern regarding character weight. The way I'm running this campaign, if you guys decide to, I don't know, run what class is like the worst for survival?
Wizard?
Rogue. Yeah, right. So if you guys decide to play 5 wizards and / rogues, you'll be fine.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
the main reason I'm worried is because I'm thinking about playing Fairy, which are small, so I get half carrying capacity.
I
You'll
have
be fine.
no
I
idea what I'm
have-
gonna play.
I have a few layers of fallback such that you all don't just die by playing 5 fairy wizards.
Oh my! It's like killing mosquitoes.
I know, but I'm saying I have a few. Okay, please do not roll 5 fairy wizards. I don't think I can.
I'm not playing a wizard. I'm trying to decide between paladin and cleric.
We're gonna play
Yeah, but-
5 fairy sub-wizard characters.
Oh my god.
Multi-classed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but once again, I have provisions that provision stuff basically such that you guys don't really need to say, oh, we need to spec into survival because the first part of the campaign is hex crawl, and then somehow off your characters to go into dungeon diving because that's what my party did the last round, as there was no way we will survive anything.
Yeah, that's the one part about it I don't like. It's like the 2 halves are very split in what you want.
Yeah, we basically arranged for a TPK so that we could respec.
Well, luckily they added respecking rules into 5e, so
Yeah, but those
Yeah.
are pretty costly the way they're written.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's not necessary.
okay.
You guys
So-
can play whatever you want.
Yeah, so Quasta's array is 82 total,
Jesus.
and mine, which doesn't have a 7.
Oh yeah, you didn't set a maximum.
Why would I? I already
17.
kept you guys at 17.
Yeah, the 17s are the maximum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have no idea what to play.
317s actually,
317 allows you to play anything, to be honest.
yeah, it gives me a lot more. Mine is 77, so like it's not that far behind.
Yeah. Like, if you give me 317s, I would tell you that I'll play a monk.
Yeah,
I already playing a monk. I want to play another thing. I have from a one shot. I have a bunch of clerics that I want to play that already the idea created.
with 317s you could play melee cleric and not have any
I
problem with it.
have a wizard idea and a paladin idea.
I mean, at
Well-
317s, you can play a hell of a wizard.
Well, I will say I'm playing either a paladin or a cleric. I just haven't decided which. but the 317s make me lean towards cleric, because one of the worst parts about cleric is that with only 2 high scores, you don't really do well in melee.
That's the same argument for paladin, right? You need charisma, con, and strength.
Yeah, but you can ignore the charisma if you're just smiting.
Yeah,
That's
you need more of the charisma if you're a support palette. You're more leaning towards support.
yeah, you just take a bunch of things that don't require actual rolls and then just smite with your spell slots.
Just about concentration spells.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee and then go play some other video games. But I'm excited because like we didn't finish. Like I know how Tomb of Annihilation is supposed to end from watching when Jeremy Crawford did it at one of his conventions on stage. But like we got to the tomb and we got like 2 rooms in and our rogue got us killed by a trap. So I haven't seen the
That sounds
entire
about
thing.
right. Yeah.
So like I've seen all the jungle part, well, whatever our DM didn't skip. And I know like the beginning of the tomb, but that's it.
So you're saying
Uh,
Gru's gonna kill us?
Oh yeah, Gru's gonna fucking get us so fucking killed. It's gonna be great.
I'm still recording, by
wait,
the
hold
way.
on. Wait, okay. Sorry. Okay, before I forget, no, I'll message you, Kiwi. I'll message you later. I'm just interested in knowing if you still recall what you ran within the jungle, because even within the jungle, there are like 15 different major encounters,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you can remember which one you ran. I can try to steer away from those, unless I think it's interesting enough to run through again.
I mean, it's always gonna be interesting with a different group. So like one person having done it before isn't that big of a deal. I feel like, especially because
okay.
it's a hex crawl. Like depending on how the hexes wind up, like we could just get something completely different.
Okay. All right. Last thing, I just remember. Can everyone roll me a D100?
Oh no.
Oh, fun.
8!
Okay, hold on. I need to record all this down.
5! I'm not the lowest.
No, it's nothing to do with the lowest. I just need to have a value. Okay. I'll probably have to ask Gru to roll them for me later. Silver. 5, 8, 75, 12. Ooh. Okay. 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 Everyone roll me a D8.
Well, we just hit the jackpot.
I don't need 3 7s because 2 of you roll a different number for me.
I'll reroll.
What if we say that the 7 is Silverford because she rolled first?
I mean, if you roll okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This is
There,
just me
you've
pre-genning
gotten
some
every
stuff.
different number.
Yep.
Now you need to Gru only roll a d4.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Full house.
Yahtzee.
So you are pretty sure on the cleric idea, Kiwi?
I'm going cleric or paladin. I'll decide by next week.
And having 2 clerics is not a mistake, Quasta.
Yeah, cleric can be very different flavor.
Is it okay to bring up the conceit of Tomb of Annihilation just in case anyone doesn't know?
Sure.
The flavor text that he already posted, or something different?
Oh, I haven't actually read the flavor. Yeah, the Death Curse. So, resurrection is not a thing for this
I
campaign.
think I mentioned that, right? Didn't I?
Yes.
I don't think you said it out loud, but it's in
Oh,
the.
they cannot be raised, and neither can anyone else, regardless of whether they received a miracle in the past.
So
Yeah.
don't expect revivify or play a necromancer.
Yeah, necromancer.
No. Necromancy, basically, raising of undead is doable. You can raise undead if you have that spell. You cannot revivify. You cannot reincarnate, and the other reincarnation spell, which is not the other revive spell, which I can't recall.
Also, if you get put in a soul jar, you can't get back to your body. Which is
no,
a
that's a spoiler.
So wait, you're taking a 7 intelligence?
a
No, I'm
toy. Wait, if we both go cleric, we both will end up with intelligence 7.
Oh no, if I'm a cleric, it's gonna be charisma 7. Like intelligence is too useful.
I like. Oh my god.
You need to screenshot that for all eternity.
Yeah, that's an insane array. Anyway, I've
Mhm.
got to. And even if we both roll cleric, like if we pick different subclasses, cleric is the class that has like the most.
Variation.
Yeah,
My second idea is a wizard.
wizard is the best class, like in math terms.
What are you thinking, David and Silver?
I'm thinking about barbarian, fighter, and a couple other ideas.
Yeah, fighter
Uh,
could be good.
I'm thinking I have no clue.
What have you not played?
What have you not played that seems like it could be a fun diversion? Because remember,
I've never played an artificer.
this is going to be a lighter on RP / massive choices, more focused. Oh, these are the 6 choices.
Yeah. I've never played artificer, I've never played barbarian, and I have no interest in playing barbarian. Barbarian has never appealed to me.
There are interesting subclasses in barbarian.
Barbarian has never appealed to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Snurky, are you okay with me playing the character we've talked about? I think I want to make barbarian interesting to Silverfur.
All right.
You're okay with that?
I've never
I
played.
approve.
I have never played cleric in any version of D&D.
So, 3 clerics coming to a bar.
I've never played cleric. I've never played paladin. I've never played barbarian. I've never played an artificer. And I've never played a warlock.
Having UA, we can even do Blood Hunter, right?
Wait, there's a Blood Hunter? Isn't Blood Hunter something that's under wait, isn't Blood Hunter official? But
This is an unofficial material, it says.
oh, it's from Wildmount, isn't it? Is it? Actually, I'm not sure.
It's one of the ones that was made by what's his name?
Man Merchant.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on playing one. I'm just asking for the rest.
Has he? Wait, is Blood Hunter even available on 5e2s?
You just have to go to filter for classes. Actually, oh, it's still not showing up.
I saw that name on my character sheet, and I remember Wutu Whoopie.
What a whoopee.
What a whoopie.
I would probably say no. I'm not sure if I want the Blood Hunter. Actually, you know what? If somebody wants to roll a Blood Hunter, go ahead.
I am
But
not.
you need to let me know all the abilities because I can't find them on 5e2s. And the last time I saw it, I needed to buy I need to purchase the material separately.
So what did you say about giving you background and stuff? You said, but I was sleeping.
Okay. I was saying that. Oh wait, I messed up all your character sheets. I was saying that you can if you have a background that you want to background story that you want to use as your own, go ahead. But I have listed down a few that's kind of official to the campaign, plus my own. And if you want to use those, go ahead. The only real benefit is that they might help you influence certain NPCs or get you certain bits of information.
aka if you're aligned with the faction that murders babies, everyone's gonna go, oh, that's the guy that works with the group that murders babies. And if you don't care about having those kind of interactions, then you just don't need to worry about those factions.
It's just sources of additional information.
Anyways, I'm going to stop the recording and start uploading it to YouTube for Gru.